Hello, welcome to Family Movie Night, where we'll be talking about what we watch for Family Movie Night. My name is Mike, and today we are talking about the SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants. This is the 2025, so most recent SpongeBob movie, fourth overall in the series, with the first one being out in 2004. Jesus. The premise of this is desperate to be a quote big guy. SpongeBob sets out to prove his bravery to Mr. Krabs by following the Flying Dutchman, a mysterious swashbuckling ghost pirate, to the deepest depths of the deep ocean. A funny story about this. So, my daughter, she has very limited experience with SpongeBob SquarePants. She really just wanted to she was interested in this because she's seen a couple of SpongeBob clips. She played a SpongeBob video game for a little while on her iPad, but that's really about it. So when she first saw previews for this, she was quietly excited and she was intrigued, but she's going into this without any previous knowledge of any of the characters of SpongeBob. As for me, I have never seen an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants in my life. By the time SpongeBob SquarePants came out, it was around the time that I was just over everything when it comes to just everything on Nickelodeon. So anything that's from 1999, which is when this came out, to beyond, are things that just were I'm not catching. So I've not seen a single full episode of SpongeBob SquarePants in my life either. I don't know who any of the characters are. I don't really even know what's going on for the most part. So I'm going into this movie completely blind as well. So with for somebody who has zero history with SpongeBob SquarePants, and like the characters and the lore, what do I make of this movie? Is it thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs middle? I'm going to give it at best a thumbs middle because, if anything, there were some fun moments here. Some of the jokes between SpongeBob and Patrick really hit because their friendship dynamic is really hilarious. And then also the everything with Mr. Crab was very funny as well. So the end piece also was funny with Davy Jones, or not Davy Jones, the Flying Dutchman. There is a contract on his curse that it's funny what they did with that because it's just the fine print and nobody reads the terms and conditions unless you're the sadists on South Park. But the terms and conditions state that hey, if anybody gets the curse, then there's a way to undo it. So that comes into play a little later on. I do like how SpongeBob, the only thing he wants to do with his quote manhood would be to ride a roller coaster. That seems very on brand or on point for SpongeBob. And yeah, that's really it. There's an end sequence at the end involving the sun that I thought was hilarious as well. What didn't I like about this? I don't know. I felt like the animation felt a little lacking. I also SpongeBob as a character kind of got on my nerves after a while, which I feel like for most adults, I feel like that's pretty on brand. Some of the characters that I kind of expected to be in this didn't have as big of a role. Like Squidward didn't do anything, Sandy and Plankton didn't do anything either. So whatever on that. And this this whole thing, this whole movie just it didn't make a lick of sense. But would you expect it to for a SpongeBob movie? What did I learn from this? So I guess the biggest thing I learned from this is there ways that we can define what it means to be a quote big guy for SpongeBob? And is there a way that we can, as a society and a group of people, just come to accept that, people's quote unquote manhood or being a big guy just comes to them when it can, and we should just be okay with that. That is literally all I have to say about this. Gigi said that she wanted to come in and talk about this, some more. So maybe if she's interested in coming back on, maybe she'll come back and talk about it. But those are my thoughts on the SpongeBob movie. Search for SquarePants. What did you think? Let me know in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this episode of Family Movie Night. Be sure to like, rate, and subscribe to anything and everything SPDM Crew, wherever you get your podcast. Join us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Blue Sky at Crew. Rate us 5 stars on your listening app of choice. Leave us a review and share it with your friends who you think would like movie or other pop culture media related things. Follow us on Letterboxd at MLT2452 and follow our list labeled Family Movie Night. Shout out to HiFlyer Creative Studios for making our awesome logo. Greatly appreciate their support. If you've got a podcast idea or you're interested in being part of the SPDM crew as a guest or collaborating, email us at spdmcrew@gmail.com. And check out the other shows in our network. We're really proud of the work that everyone's doing. So please check out the other shows and support the other members of the crew. Until next time, happy watching, friends.